Good evening, everybody. It's your old pal Martin Millett here. I hope you're going well. Now, before I get into this video, I want to make a quick disclaimer. What I'm about to say is not suitable for anybody under 18. So, if you're under 18 and you're really offended by seeing sex toy objects or me talking about sex, I suggest that you click the X button or the back button and stop viewing, because this may cause an offense. And if you're under 18, you shouldn't really be watching videos for people talk about sex on YouTube. So seriously, if you're over 18, you can stick around. Okay, so I just read this funny article the other day on the online media, and it really got me like laughing a bit, because literally it kind of makes me think about like my adolescence and childhood, and like as children growing up, we were pretty much closed away from what our parents do in their personal life. So the story is, my daughter wore a vibrating sex ring to school and gifted it to a friend. My daughter took a vibrating sex ring to school and gifted it to a friend. Most parents have got a hilarious story of what bizarre things their children have taken to school without their knowledge. However, one mum has probably one of the best stories that will never get boring. The mom was so mortified when she received a text message from another mother that she just had to share her embarrassing story with one on Facebook. This message says as follows: "Hey, blank name, gave this to blank name on the bus today, alongside a happy snap of a purple rubber penis ring laid out in all its glory on a piece of paper towel." She ended the awkward text by cheekily saying, "She might have been in your stuff, laugh out loud." Daughter takes a parent's sex ring to school. The red-faced mum replied with, "Wow, I'm mortified. I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry," before clearing up on vital factor which may have been weighing on some people's minds. "I can assure you, though, that it was not used," she insisted. The utterly embarrassed mum felt the need to explain the situation even further. "We just got a 4-pack and I just went to check. I'm almost missing." She probably thought it was a ring. The other mother was naturally quite amused by her daughter's unexpected gift. "Lol, it's okay," she said. "She only gave it to her when she got off the bus, so she must have had it on all day." Although I said, "This is one of for the book's lot of kids." The horrified mum replied, saying that she was going to check all belongings to see if she had any more surprises. "Thank God I wasn't sure until today," she added. Okay, so literally a daughter has gone to a parent's bedroom and obtained one of these things you call a cock ring or a vibrating ring or a vibrating penis ring. And basically what it is, right, blokes who have, erectile problems, right, whenever they get a hard erection like before sex, they put this on their penis to keep the erection strong for penetration. But the thing was, this is kind of, in many ways, it can be seen as painful. But the worst rings, like metal ones, and I even heard a story about some guy who puts, string around his own genitals instead of like using one of these. Now, you could buy one of these cheaply for like less than a $5, but the ones you can get from Savers that I've shown before are really crap. I bought one of Savers many months ago, and I used it with a woman from Essex. And by putting it on, it wasn't even tight enough. My erection couldn't really be maintained well. And I just thought it was like a load of junk. It was basically like putting an elastic band around your penis and just like putting it on and on and on. And so when I got home, I called my father up and I said, "Oh, Dad, I used one of those vibrating rings I bought at the shop, and they were really horrendous, and I couldn't get a good erection." And my dad's like, "Hey, Martin, you could sell out on eBay." He said, "I used once." But this one, it costs a tenner. It costs a tenner, and it's basically, you get it from shops like Harmony. Like, these are the best like ones. And the thing was, it only vibrates when you put pressure on it. Like, I actually thought if I pull the pin, it's going to be vibrating for 20 minutes. So you can hear that. It basically vibrates when you put pressure. So I'll just say, if you are penetrating or a missionary, basically it's best if you hold it down and just hold it there. You just keep holding it there and just vibration. I mean, the first time I used one of these with a woman, well, one of my recent ones I've been hanging out with, she was like, "It's my new favorite toy." So, but anyway, this is really like this story pretty much just like made my day. Because, you know, I've showed this to a lot of friends of mine back in Australia, and one of my mates is like, "Man, those cock rings are so painful, man, I don't know if I can ever buy one." I'm like, "Yeah, you won't really need one until you're 50, because many years ago, I was telling my dad about buying one of these, and my dad said, 'Hey, my girlfriend gave me one, and I gotta put it on my willy,' so it works well." So my dad gave me a good lecture. But, the second most hilarious story I heard like last year was, which is also about a little girl taking her mum's personal items to school, was this. Oh, I finally got the story up. Mortified mom discovered daughter 5 took her lube to school to use as hand sanitizer. Louise Hosty said she was left both embarrassed and in stitches when she realized her 5-year-old daughter had been taking her Ann Summer's heatwave lubricant to school as hand sanitizer. A mom had said she felt mortified after discovering her daughter has been taking her Ann Summer's lubricant to school and mistaking it for hand sanitizer, and had even shared it with her classmates. Louise Hose discovered a bottle of heatwave lube in her daughter Summer's jacket pocket when she returned home from school with a 5-year-old, explaining she's trying to follow coronavirus rules so she didn't get the germs. The mom, who said she found it really funny, as she was feeling what her teachers must have thought if they had seen it, think Summer spotted the brand name and assumed it was for her. Louise, 36, oh, she's a bit older than me myself, says she had bought a balloon for 20 quid from Ann Summers, which is popped to unveil mystery items hidden inside, with her containing the hot and tingly lubricant as well as a bottle of perfume. She said she was left in hysterics after finding it in Summer's school coach, but also left in red face by the embarrassing mix-up as reported by The Sun. I asked her why she had this, and I told her, "This is Mummy," she said, from Livingston, Scotland. She just said I was sanitizing my hands so I didn't get the germs. I asked if she sanitized her friend's hands. She said yes. It's the one thing that goes hot and tingly. It's just really funny. Summer said she liked it because it felt hot and smooth. It turns out it's the wrong lube I'd won. Louise said she plans to remind her daughter of the event when she's old enough to understand, and she might even put a picture of it on her birthday cake when she turns 18. Okay, so this is really funny, right? Like, even though I don't have like lubrication, like a girl takes her cock ring to school with her friend, then another girl takes her mom's lubricant and shares around with her friend because she mistakenly uses hand sanitizer. I mean, how stupid can you be leaving out of personal items in your own bedroom, in your own house? Like, my parents never ever had any type of stuff. They never had cock rings or lubricants, and if they ever did, they probably just had it in a drawer, like under lock and key, you know? Because if you got personal items like that, and you know, and you're like a mother or father, or you know, you have children who like live with you, don't leave them lying about, because they're gonna take you to school and be a big embarrassment. I mean, that little girl Summer, she's probably gonna be called like, I mean, I would imagine, you know, if I brought lubricant to school as a 5-year-old, and I started showing around, people would be like, "Lube kid, lube kid, lube kid," and that would be like a hard name to like live down for all your primary school years. "Hey, that's that like girl who brought her mum's lube into school," or "That's the girl who brought her father's cock ring into school." It's just so horrendous. Like, one time I go to my clear chemical shop, like my favourite guys to give me a big bottle of hand sanitizer. I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man, you guys are so generous." So my old mate is like, "Mate, it's not lubricant, okay?" Because could you like imagine, you know, mistaking hand sanitizer for lubricant and actually using hand sanitizer in the bed? I mean, if you were to put hand sanitizer on your genitals, maybe it would kill the germs, but it would make your genitals dry, and the sex would be awful, and I reckon your genitals would be quite sore afterwards. So, what if you do? Don't mistake lubricant for hand sanitizer. Anyway, I'm Martin the Metalhead, over and out.